Hey guys. Hey. Sorry, I'm a little bit tardy. Had to get some administrative things taken care of real quick before I hop on. But, and I know I changed the time a couple of times, so please, y'all don't be too mad at me. I've had a lot going on and it's only Tuesday, okay? So, nonetheless, we are here for The Real Housewives of New York City. This is a full cast reboot. It's a whole different vibe. I did not watch the previous seasons of Real Housewives of New York City, so I am looking at this with complete fresh eyes. And I'm excited though. I'm excited. I really enjoyed this first episode. I'm interested to see where this new era is going to take us. You know, I am an East Coast girl, Jersey to be exact. So it was really nice. You know, none of the other franchises I watch are in the Northeast. So, you know, it was just good. It was good. And I'm excited to be reviewing this for you guys. Let's see. Hey, Yvette, how are you today? Thank you for coming through. And with that being said, y'all, we are going to get right on into this recap and review because I do not intend to be here very long. Immediately following this live at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we are going to be getting into our weekly coastal critiques panel. So definitely stick around, check that out. We're going on at 3. So without that being said, so we started off again, season 14, episode 1. I can't remember the title of this, but we get introduced to the ladies. There's 6 ladies, and actually I don't have my graphics all the way together right now this week, y'all. So again, bear with me. But for introduction's sake, why don't I just pop this up here and yeah. So Bryn, she is a marketing consultant. She is on the far left with the pearls and all that very jeweled out top. I really like that top, actually. She's a marketing consultant. She's going to definitely give us, she's going to bring it. She's a firecracker. She was ready to film. She is ready to just do and say whatever. She's going to give it to us this season. Then we have Jenna, Miss Jenna Lyons. If you are a fashion girly, you know I'm a fashion girly. So of course I knew who Jenna Lyons was, and I am really excited to see her on this season. I'm aware of her because of her work with J. Crew. She was a senior designer over there. She's an entrepreneur. She stepped away from J. Crew, but she has her own line of lashes, I believe. Yes, she has her own line of lashes now, and it's nice to just kind of put see people more in depth, the people that you've been following for some time. It's always a good time just to kind of see how they interact and stuff like that. So we have her, we have Jessel, who is in the black gown with the side cutouts. She is a fashion publicist, and she's not from Israel. I can't remember her background, but she grew up in the UK, and when she graduated, she wanted to be a fashion girl. She wanted to be in industry and all that. So she moved to New York City, rightfully so, and she's been there ever since. She has a couple kids and a husband. Then we have Sai. She is a influencer creator. I really enjoy her content. I actually just started watching her YouTube videos, but I've been following her on Instagram for quite some time. I think all of their backgrounds, their careers, I am so here for it. Being someone who wants to get wants to be in the fashion industry more full-time and just immerse myself in all of that. It's very interesting seeing these ladies on this cast. I just fell right in line with it. We also have Uba. She is in the silver gown. gorgeous. She's a model and entrepreneur, and she's actually the cousin. If you watch The Real Housewives of Dubai, you will know that her cousin, Chanel Ayan, she is over there. They're cousins on their mom's side, and a lot of people on Twitter were talking about like, oh, she reminds me of somebody. She reminds me of Chanel. She reminds me of Chanel. And I did watch all of the ladies on the after show, and that is where Uba said that she is cousins with Chanel. And last but not least, we have Erin. She's in the short black dress right here, second to the right, or to the left, I should say, sorry. She's a realtor, interior designer. She is going to be someone who's not afraid to speak their mind, say what they have to say. She gives me that type of vibe. I feel like a lot of this season's drama is definitely going to be centered around Brynn, Erin, and Sai. Those three are definitely the ones that I feel like are going to give us everything we need this season. So we begin with Sai. She's in her amazing brownstone. Like I said, I'm an East Coast girly, so I was super, super excited to see her in her brownstone. I wish I wish one of my relatives had passed on their brownstone to me, because I'm jealous. I'm very jealous. But she is there. She's preparing for Brynn to come by. And she describes herself as an around the way girl. She's rock her Zuby, okay? Like, if you don't know, ask somebody. And she's like, but look at me now. She has made a name for herself in the creator space industry. So I think that is totally awesome. And I think they began filming this around Halloween, because when Brynn comes by, she has like some Halloween candy, like baskets or whatever, bags for Sai's children. They are waiting on Jessel to arrive. And Brynn regards Sai as a best friend. She's living the life that Brynn kind of envisions for herself. I think as far as like the husband, the kids, the being a boss, I think that that's something that Brynn looks up to Sai for, which is awesome. I hope that they're able to remain tight throughout the season, because it seems like this cast, how whenever we're watching Real Housewives, it's always a gamble as far as like, okay, are you guys actually friends? Do you guys actually know each other? I feel like that causes a lot of just weirdness when the ladies they're not really friends in real life. They don't really know each other like that. I feel like that's always kind of odd. And it is nice to see these women come together and they actually have personal relationships with one another, friendships with one another. I think that's awesome. And simultaneously, we get two different scenes. We see Erin and Uba sitting down in the park for a coffee. So when Jessel arrives, we immediately pretty much get right into it. She travels to Sai's house with her mom. Her mom is in town from the UK. She's helping with the kids. And her twin boys, they're cute. They're 1 year old. But when I tell you they are clearly a handful, I was like, so when Brynn, Sai, and Jessel step out to the patio, I'm like, are y'all leaving all these kids in here with Jessel's mom? Like, oh no, that couldn't be me. Definitely not. But more power to her. They met in the fashion world. They head outside for champagne, and we kind of get into what the drama is going to be. I really enjoyed how we started off with petty drama. It wasn't any of that super malicious backstabbing, conniving drama that we sometimes get experience on the other franchises. I think this was very on par with what I want to see occur in the Housewives space. And I think that is very much indicative of the fact that, again, they are all friends, or prior to filming, they all do actually hang out and they all enjoy each other's company. So we learned that there's an issue between Erin and Brynn, though, however. So apparently, I don't know if it was a few nights ago, whenever, Erin, Brynn, and Jessel were supposed to go out, I guess, with their husbands. Long story short, it was very last minute. They had a large party, and Aaron, I guess, made the executive decision to go to another place that they kept beeping out that we don't know what this place is called. They're supposed to go to this one cool place, but they wind up having to go to another place that is, it's basically not cool to be seen there. If you're anybody who's anybody's not going to be seen there, and if you are seen there, it's just kind of like not really here for it. So again, last minute dinner. Aaron chooses a different place, and Bryn and Sai just weren't here for it, especially Bryn. So they make the decision that they're just going to say, oh no, we're not coming. We're just going to, stick at home tonight. Like, we're going to lie low. Lo and behold, I believe thanks to social media, we find out that Sai and Bryn, they still did go out. And Aaron just found that to be kind of just that's shady. Like, if we're really supposed to be friends, you said that you didn't want to come because this is not the type of place you wanted to be in. But if we're really supposed to be friends, like, why wouldn't you come? And like, why do you need to lie about that? Like, we should be able to, first of all, we're friends. We should be able to enjoy each other's company regardless of the environment. And I am a firm believer in that. I am a firm believer in, if you have good people around you, you can really kind of make the best out of any situation. So I definitely understood where Aaron was coming from with that, but I don't think the other ladies were understanding that that's, the type of angle that she was taking with things. So, hey Ellen, how are you? And Demita Joe, how are you today? It is always a great time when I see people in the chat so we can, have the commentary going back and forth. Thank you. So Bryn did apologize to Jessel because like she refused to be caught dead in that place. She was like, my bad, but like I just didn't want to be seen there. And I mean, whatever, everybody has their own things in life. Everybody has their own right to say where they do want to go or don't want to go. So I get that, but it's just like, just be honest. Like, there was no need to lie, So anyway, and Jessel also told Aaron that Bryn and Sai were talking about her because apparently there was another time where the women, they were together, and I guess Aaron made like a charcuterie board or a cheese board or whatever. And apparently Sai was like, what's that, kind of condescending, kind of like turning her nose down to it. But Sai is like, no, girl, first of all, I love cheese. I would never do that. What are you talking about? And I'm like, okay, so we about to really sit here and argue over cheese? But it's cute. It's funny. Like, at the same time, I'm not mad at it because we're not kicking things off, jumping straight off the porch with anything that's just going to bring down someone in their real life. And you kind of see that a lot on, unfortunately, other franchises such as Atlanta, Potomac. Those are really Salt Lake City, Jersey. Yeah, I don't watch all of them. So out of the ones I do watch, a lot of times, and y'all please correct me in the chat if I'm wrong, but I don't feel like I am when I say a lot of times we get turned into these cycles of just hitting below the belt. And I really, really hope we don't really get any of that this season, because that's what keeps things lighthearted. And that's the fun shade. We want fun shade. We don't want anything that's really going to have me pulling up at your house ready to put the paws on you, That's just my thought. Moving right along, I'm gonna just say Jessel's apartment, nice AF. Everybody's apartment was nice AF. And again, being as though I am from the Northeast, honey, I know that these women are paying some coin to stay in the places that they are staying. Yes, it might not look like no big mega mansions and stuff like that, but NYC, places like this, location, they are paying some coin for their spots. I'm gonna just say that. But again, her mom is in town. She lets us know that her and her husband, they've been married for 7 years, I believe. However, they were just friends at first. She needed to kind of fix him, if you, her words, not mine. She needed to fix him. She fixed everything about him. And then they got married. I'm like, hey, if it works for you, it works for you. Clearly it does. Couple kids later, 2 kids later, 7 years. I wish y'all nothing but the best. I thought that was very funny. But Jenna comes by. Miss Jenna Lyons comes by, okay? And she immediately grabs an Oreo. And y'all, I'm not saying I'm a fortune teller. I'm not saying I'm psychic. I'm not saying any of that. Don't call me that. So Raven. However, I will say, I was like, I just knew. I never paid attention, but I just knew that Jenna was a Gemini. A Gemini knows another Gemini. And I'm like, bro, if that ain't something that I would have did, I'm going straight for the cookie jar. I don't even have a sweet tooth. I got nothing but sweet teeth, okay? So I would have did the same thing. Hey, Just Simply, how you doing today? Yes, Jessel is a mini bone carrier, very much so. There were mixed comments about her on Twitter. A lot of people were kind of like, they didn't really know if she was going to be back next season. But I'm like, okay, it's only been one episode. Everybody, you kind of need to understand that they're still trying to figure out their footing, where they fall in the group. So I think it's too early to tell, like, if any one person is going to come back or it's not going to come back. They all seem to be interacting well on the after show. So looks like this is going to be the cast going into season 2. They've been, again, and that is very much indicative of the fact that they are friends in real life, or at least acquaintances. I prefer petty, lighthearted arguments over serious allegations, and gutter snipe antics is exactly what I'm saying. Ain't nobody got time for that at all, because that's what causes discourse in us as audience members. Like, no, like, we want to be able to get together, like right now, hee hee ha ha, and keep it moving until next week, right? Jenna's there. She's talking about having a girls' night at her house, and cheese is going to be very much on the menu. So we're already like, oh my goodness. We don't know how this is going to pan out, but it was a cute scene again. And it was really cute seeing Jenna and Jessel's mom, the embrace, and they kind of, have a little moment about like age. It was very nice scene. So then we see Jenna at her place. Like, when I tell you I want Jenna's entire apartment, I want her entire apartment. Actually, we didn't go to her apartment this time, but she was talking about her background at J. Crew. She started working there in 1990, which is, fun fact, my sister actually was working freelancing for J. Crew at a time when Jenna was there. So I thought that was super awesome. She loves what she does, and I totally understand that. Seeing something that you had a hand in creating adorned on one's body, that might sound like stupid and superficial to some, but that's awesome. That's me having been, a part-time jewelry maker and stuff like that. I can't tell you how fulfilled I feel when I see something that I handcrafted, I made, just being on display, because your clients, your customers, whatever, the consumer is your walking billboard. So totally empathize with Jenna over that. But cheesegate. That's actually what I should have put on the thumbnail. But it was just awesome seeing her talk about her background and whatnot. Erin's at home. Her family comes through. They seem to be a very tight-knit Israeli family. We saw her dad. We saw her kids. We saw her sisters, her brothers. Her husband came in at one point. And I was right with her when she said that her and her husband, they're just good friends that have really awesome sex. I was like, exactly. Exactly. That's what it's all about, is it not? Like, you want to marry your best friend that just so happens to be, amazing in bed. Period. But she got married at 25, and I thought it was so cute when her son walked in with his pants down. With his pants down, I was like, oh my god, that's so cute. So cute. And I believe, I don't think I said this before, but the attire for this girls' night that Jen is hosting was black, khaki, gold, or metallic. And a lot of the women were just really confused over the whole khaki thing, because it's like, when we hear khaki, yes, oftentimes do we think actual like khaki like pants or whatever? Yes, of course. However, khaki is a color, and Jenna don't play about her craft, okay? She don't play about the fashions, and I'm here. I'm gonna respect the fashions, and I'm gonna respect the color wheel. But I thought that was just really cute though when Aaron walked in like that. I didn't, to be honest with you though, I didn't take Aaron to be, once she said that she comes from an Israeli family and all that, I was like, okay, I can see it now. But at first I did not see it. I thought she was just some white lady. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, but then when I saw her family and everything, I was like, oh, okay. I think it was the blonde hair that threw me off. Anyway, we didn't see Uba or Bryn at their house. I don't know if either of them are, I don't think either of them are married. I believe the ones that are married are Sai, Aaron, and Jessel. The other three women aren't married. So that I think is also cool, how we have half and half, and it'll be interesting seeing them navigate certain social settings given that detail. But we also want a Sai's husband. He's a bit older. He's retired. So when she's able to go to all these things and follow her career wherever that takes her, he stays home with the kids. They have a really good parenting dynamic. If you ask me, I think that's awesome that he supports her in that, and he's not someone, because we've seen it on other franchises, y'all, where a lot of times Monique and Chris, although they're getting divorced now, we have seen even with them that a lot of times on these shows, the husbands, the fathers, like, they're not always able to watch the kids, do for the kids, do the school drop-offs, do the homework, do the crafts, they're not able to do all of that and function without the wife being around. So I thought that was really, really refreshing to see that there are still some dads, fathers out there that are able to step in a more full capacity when the wife is on a business trip, or she just wants to go out with the girls, or whatever. It is definitely something that I want to see more of. I know, me personally, that is something, those types of qualities were things that I looked for in my husband when we got married. Anything that I could pretty much do in the household, he can do too, and vice versa. However, obviously, one of us does one thing better. One of us he might cook steaks better than me, or, whatever. I don't want to be taking out no trash. I don't want to be doing certain things. Like, there's certain things that you guys should just be able to do stuff. Like, the house shouldn't go to SHIT just because one person is not around this week. Like, that's just my thinking, but whatever. Then she tells him the drama, of course, and he's like, he knows it's stupid. We know it's stupid, right? We all know it's stupid, but again, it's funny, it's cute, it's cool. I'm not mad at it. And The only thing else that occurred before we get over to Jenna's house for the girls' night was Erin FaceTiming Jessel. She asks Erin if she's upset with Sai over the cheese comment. Erin denies being upset. Erin and Bryn's relationship is kind of up and down. It's kind of like a game of telephone right now, is what I was thinking, because it's like a lot of she said this to she said that to that person, said that to that person, said that to that person. It was a lot of. So again, I'm paraphrasing a lot. I'm not really saying verbatim because again, Cheesegate. This was all over cheese. I didn't really feel the need to extract every single comment from every person. Jenna, she has a Soho apartment and it is bomb. As I said before, it's cheese galore. She got the fondue, she got the Gouda, she got the Munster, she got the provolone, she got the Swiss, she got it all. Okay. And she says, come through. We're gonna talk about it over cheese. We're gonna have a good time. Y'all ain't gonna mess up my SHIT, and it's just gonna be what it's just gonna be. And I was right there with her. I don't think anybody's gonna disrespect Jenna Lyons in her home. So would not a better time. Erin arrives first. She's empty-handed because it was pouring. I thought that was kind of tacky, if you ask me. I don't even care if we're having a backyard barbecue. We're having a Wednesday night pizza freaking dinner at my girlfriend's house or whatever. I'm asking, hey, you want me to bring some juices? You want me to bring some chips? You want me to bring some plates? Like, I'm never going to come to nobody's house empty-handed. It doesn't even have to be anything that applies to the setting, to the party. Like, you could just bring like a little thank you. Like, I was like, really, girl? But anyway, whatever. Jenna was cool with it, so who am I to say anything? I just was always raised to don't show up to anybody's stuff empty-handed. And Erin describes Jenna as an oddball, super quirky. She likes olives but not black ones. All of that. So I wasn't mad at it. I wasn't mad at it at all. I feel like she's an oddball just like me. Nothing mad at. Nothing wrong with that. Then Jessel arrives. She's in all black. Erin was in all black. A lot of them didn't really understand, I guess, what Jenna meant by khaki, so they just interpreted it the best that they could. Honestly, though, I think maybe Sai's outfit, well, I liked the best. And y'all let me know, who does she remind you of? I was like, is it Jasmine Guy? Is it, I don't know. But Sai reminds me of somebody, but I can't quite put my finger on it yet. That side profile, I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. But she gets there. Uba arrives. She's in all animal print right off the Serengeti. Okay, she lets you know that she wasn't gonna stick to the all black. She pushed the envelope. She went for it. I'm not mad at it. She looked cute. And Bryn, I also really, really loved Bryn's look as well. I wish I would have got pictures. I'm gonna try to get pictures for y'all next week, y'all, because I know it's just like you probably can't remember. I can't fully remember, but I do remember that I liked Bryn's outfit. I don't follow her on Instagram, but I'm definitely gonna go look at her Instagram once I get off of here. You know, she admits to her part about the ditch move. She admits that that's what occurred. I liked how no one really denied anything except for the things that were absolutely not true. No one denied the part that they played as far as like ditching or, you know, their true feelings. And again, I think that is because these women actually do enjoy each other's company. They actually do want to have relationships with one another. And that plays a big part into how they interact and how they move forward and how they get over these little petty arguments and disagreements and stuff like that. If you're not really friends with somebody, you probably will be more quick to write them off, even if it is something little and petty. You're more inclined to fix things when you regard someone as a friend, as an associate, as someone you're trying to form a friendship with. Exactly. Jenna decides to play a little game, and some of the questions were, of course, a little raunchy, a little spicy. And we learn, about a little bit about each woman's, sex life, what they're into, what type of porn they would like to make if they were put into that position. Literally, not figuratively. And whether or not they're like more dominant, submissive. I didn't really write down too much about that, but we kind of kick it off, the whole Cheesegate, what really happened, how everyone feels from there. Erin had said that she didn't want to just jump right into things with that, so we gave that a moment. And I felt like Bren was kind of looking dumb at first, and I was like, okay, are you about to deny it? Like, is this about to be a problem? But she didn't. And they all kind of, in the end, I feel like everyone kind of agreed that it was stupid. They kind of just wrote it off with humor. Erin did pull Bryn to the side, and they went to go speak in Jenna's closet, and they broke her chair, which, if you watch the after show, you will find out that Jenna's chair, the chair was already broke. So they didn't actually break it, but it was a cute moment. It was really funny. If they were to come in my closet and try on my things and sit on my bed, they sat on her bed too. I'm weird about that. I don't like people. Well, no one really be in my bedroom anyway, but if you are, I don't even sit on my own bed with outside clothes on. So I was like, are y'all really touching all her stuff? This would have been the last time. No one straight up like disrespected her house, like as far as they didn't get in a fight, knock stuff over, or break anything. Like they didn't do anything malicious on purpose. But I was like, y'all was touching too much stuff. If I was her, I'd be like, yeah, I can't. I'm not hosting y'all over here. You guys touch my stuff. Like, stop it. Because I believe Bren put on a jacket, or she put on some shoes, and then one put on a jacket. And at one point, they like the sequins. I forget who it was by, but the jacket got caught on size stuff when they came back out. It was funny. It was cute. I think Jenna was a really good sport about it. But again, I would not be surprised if going forward she's like, yeah, so I'm not hosting y'all over here. It's too much. It's too much. That's a pet peeve of mine. Don't sit on my bed with outside. Yeah, that's why when they immediately went to bed, I was like, if y'all don't get on the floor, or like it was too much. It was too much for me. Oh, did you see her bathroom? Oh my goodness, I loved her freaking bathroom. Hey Cheryl, how are you today on this lovely Tuesday? What's going on?
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
Not Siri. No one's talking to you. Anyway, but that was mostly it, y'all. Yeah, everyone agrees that it was more so about quality time, and one should not just try to ditch their friends. Just if it was me, I would have just been like, y'all just keep it 1,000. Like, don't, if you didn't want to go to the place, you didn't have to, but don't sneak off and be all like that was kind of high school. That was definitely kind of high school. And you said, Cheryl said, I want that, but I do too. You see the purple. Oh my God. I hope I got that sounds bad, but I hope I got like a long lost auntie or something that lives in New York that just passed down her brownstone to me or something. Oh my goodness. I want one so bad. I do. I feel like one day my sister, both two out of my 3 sisters work in New York City, and I want them to like move there and get like a really nice brownstone or something, apartment, high rise. I want them to do that, so then like I could vicariously live through them, because I would never actually live full time in the city like that. It's not my vibe or whatever. So I thank God I grew up in New Jersey, but I need to live vicariously through someone. I need to. It was a good premiere episode. It was. I think it definitely was. I'm not mad at the new. My best friend, we were texting. She did watch the old seasons. Who in the comments used to watch before this whole shakeup and stuff like that? Did anybody used to watch the old seasons? I watched the first couple when Bethany was on there, but then I fell off. It got too, whatever. But I want to go back. She says, I told her, I gave my word that I will go back and rewatch. So would you just simply, like, would you say that it's worth me going back to watch just for good time's sake, I guess, at this point? Because it's not like I need to go back and watch to know where we are now. But I might go back and just finish seasons. Like, I want to say I stopped probably out after like season 3 or 4. So I'll probably have to watch like 3 or 4 until 13, whatever. I have that on the list. I got Miami on the list. I got the rest of freaking Beverly Hills on the list because I'm curious. I want to know. I'm going on a tangent a little bit here, but y'all bear with me. I want to go and watch the upcoming season of Beverly Hills to see if anything, like this whole Kyle and Mauricio stuff. I stopped watching when Brittany came back. Yeah. I need to... Yeah, just don't watch season 12 and 13. It really just declined? Like, oh, that sucks. But apparently that's why they needed this whole shakeup. And that's why I tell my best friend, like, we're sick of seeing the same things happen on these casts. We need a new, fresh, like, there needs to be a new definition applied to the Real Housewives. We clearly have outgrown seeing certain things on reality TV. We have grown. We want to see people in different spaces where we are in life a lot of times. And I think that New York is going to give us that right now, especially with the type of careers these women have, where they're living. My sister, my best friend, she said something along the lines of, like, yeah, it just wasn't authentic to what New York was. And I'm like, that's the thing, because you're holding on to the past. You want to keep seeing the same things occur. This is the new, fresh face of it. And as far as everybody being transplants, that's what New York has turned. That's what New York has turned into. You walk down the street in Brooklyn, it does not look like how it used to back in the day. Like, people do not look like and are how they are. And this has happened pretty much everywhere, shout out to gentrification and a lot of different things like that, So with that, I try to look at things more from a more lighthearted angle, try not to compare it to other stuff. And, that's where we're going to go from here. But based on this first episode, I will be, keeping up with the rest of the season. If y'all are going to join me, I'll be here, and I'm probably better with the times next week. It's just hard a lot of times with me, with work and school and different stuff, to kind of always post things prior to, because my life just be changing so much. But again, bear with me, y'all. I appreciate y'all being in here. We're coming right back, me and my sis, for our, Real Housewives of Atlanta recap and review. So definitely come back for this. If you're not already, hit that subscription down below, like, a comment. Shout outs to the replay gang. All of my socials are in the description box. And if you're not following me on Instagram, definitely follow me on Instagram, because I post daily polls over there, and that'll give you guys, a little bit more insight into who I am. That's just like a whole person, of course. So check out my story if you're following me on Instagram. And of course, as always, I enjoyed you guys, and I'll be literally right back in 10 minutes. So I will see y'all there. Bye. Bye, everybody.